Welcome everyone. We are doing Module 7 Homework 2. Module 7 Homework 2 is about addition and subtraction of fractions. This is the first part of it, and I believe it's Module 7 Homework 3 where we do more of that, and that would be the second part. So let's start with something simple. 5 sevenths minus 2 sevenths. You all remember that to subtract fractions, you need common denominators. Well, we have common denominators. So what do we get? We get 3 sevenths. But now you need to think carefully about what we have done here. How do you subtract fractions? Again, they have to have common denominators. If they don't, you can't do it. If they do, you don't subtract the denominators. You don't do 7 minus 7 and get 0. You just copy the common denominator over. And then the numerator, you simply do what it says. 5 minus 2 is 3. So that's how you subtract fractions. Let's take a look at what's inside of here. So to subtract fractions, you need common denominators. You don't need that when you multiply or divide, just when you add or subtract fractions. And you do not add or subtract the denominators like I said. You don't subtract 7 minus 7 and put 0. You just copy the common denominator over. That's what you do. Okay, so with that in mind, let's do these. They have a common denominator. So to add them, you simply copy it over, x squared, y, and then you're doing 5 plus 1, you get 6. We're done. That's all there is to that one. This one here, you copy over the common denominator, and you might think it's going to be 9 minus 6 minus x, but that's not correct. It's close, but it's not correct. You need to be subtracting the entire numerator. And the way you indicate that is by putting the numerator in parentheses. And now that it's in parentheses, you need to distribute the minus, and you get 9 minus 6 plus x over 5x. And that gives you 3 plus x over 5x, and you are done. You cannot cancel these. You are done. Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, we already have common denominators. If we didn't, we couldn't subtract. So we're going to get z minus 1 minus z plus 5. Of course, we need to be subtracting the entire numerator, so we put that in parentheses. We copy down the common denominator. This gives us z minus 1. Distributing the minus gives us minus z minus 5 all over z plus 6. The z and the negative z cancel, so you get negative 6 over z plus 6. There's nothing more you can do here, and you are done. Okay, this one here, same idea. You're going to have x squared minus, in parentheses, x plus 2 all over x plus 1. It's going to give you x squared. The minus will distribute, giving you minus x minus 2 all over x plus 1. But now the question is, can you reduce this thing? Well, if you factor the numerator, you will get x plus 1 times x minus 2. The denominator is x plus 1. Because it's factored, you can cancel. You can cancel the entire denominator with a factored part of the numerator, and so the final answer is simply x minus 2. Let's get rid of that. Okay, this one here. You copy down the common denominator. You're going to have x plus 3 minus, in parentheses, x minus 3. That's going to be x plus 3. The minus distributes, giving you minus x plus 3 all over 10x. The x's cancel each other. You're going to get 6 over 10x. And you can reduce that. You can divide both of these by 2, getting 3 and getting 5. And you end up with 3 over 5x. Okay, this one here. I think this would be a good place to pause and try this on your own, and then unpause the video and see what we get, see how you did. Okay, I hope you tried it. Now I warn you, this is not an easy one. There are various issues with this that can be somewhat difficult, especially the first time you did it. So don't feel bad if you didn't get it right. So here we go. We are adding fractions. We're going to have x plus 2 in the numerator. The denominator is just going to be copied over as always. So we have x plus 2. The denominator factors as x minus 2 times x plus 2. I remind you that uses the formula a squared minus b squared equals a minus b times a plus b. That's where that denominator comes from. We can now cancel these. And you might be thinking, okay, nothing's left. The answer is x minus 2. Well, that's not how it works. I'm going to show you a couple ways to look at this. Let's go back to where we were. Let's get rid of those lines here. If you wanted to, you could say this is x plus 2 times 1, because anything is equal to itself times 1. And notice when you cancel, there's still a 1 remaining on the top. That's the correct answer. Now, that's a bit of an awkward way to do it, but it's correct. Another way to look at it is the following. A less awkward way to look at it. We had x plus 2 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. We canceled, and the entire numerator went away. And basically, there's just a rule. And the rule is, if you reduce a fraction and the entire numerator goes away, it leaves you with a 1 on the top, for the reason I showed you before, but that's just a rule. So the answer is 1 over x minus 2. And looks like that's the end. So that is the end of Module 7, Homework 2.